Hello, hello, hello. Today we are going to be learning some of the things that we say, especially if you want to learn some Spanish and what Mexicans say, the different phrases that we use. Um, so let's see, let's get started real quick on this one. So, one of the things that we do, it's like we shorten words, just like in English. You know that we shorten words all the time in English when we say like I'm gonna, right? Instead of saying I'm going to, we say I'm gonna. So same thing in any other language, right? In Spanish, one of them is para. So if you're learning Spanish and you're like, well, I'm not listening para every time someone is talking to me, right? So let's say a question will be para dónde vas, which is like where are you going? And we instead of saying that we say pa dónde vas, right? Pa dónde. So if whenever you are training your ear, just kind of like catch that, right? Now, if you're visiting the country, you're gonna hear it a lot, right? Pa dónde vas? So now another thing that you can do to train your ear is to watch lots of movies or listen to songs. That's gonna help you train your ear as well. So how do we say it? We say things like pa acá, vente pa acá, pa allá, well, voy a ir pa México, pa comer. So we say everything pa instead of para, right? So again, like I said, just kind of like look for that when you're hearing people speak, when you're having a conversation, look for those shortening of the words. In books, you're not gonna see it as much because in books, people try to stay like using formal Spanish, but you're gonna hear in movies and in songs as well, right? Now the most confusing one it's the word ahorita. I've done some videos about it. So the word ahorita comes from ahora, right? Ahora means now. We just say ahorita, and it should mean right now. And we use it when someone asks us, "Hey, are you coming? When are you coming?" And when are you gonna do this? When are you gonna take out the trash? And we say ahorita, right? Which it could mean right now, but most of the time when we say it, we don't mean it. We mean like, yeah, maybe later, right? Like ahorita. In a minute, it could be later, eventually, or maybe never, right? When are you gonna give me back my money that I lent you? Like, yeah, ahorita. Ahorita, maybe not right now, right? Maybe later. So be careful with that word. It's really confusing. So I guess look for other clues, like other context clues. So the people's faces, their expressions. What are they trying to say? They're trying to say like maybe not right now, or maybe yes. So very few times ahorita means right now. Very few times. Now, what are the different ways to say hi? Usually we are taught hola, which is the most common one, but it's like saying hi or hello in English. How many times do you actually say hello? So I don't think I use it anymore. I use more like hi, how are you, things like that. So same concept in Spanish. We don't say hola. I guess it's very rare for us to say hola. We can say buenos dias, good morning, buenas tardes to keep it more formal. Now, when we're talking to friends and things like that, we say more informal things like qué onda, which translates to what wave, or I mean that would be the literal translation. A more interpretation will be what's up. That would be qué onda, what's up. ¿Qué tal? It falls into the middle part. Like it's not too formal, not too informal. So it's like, hey, ¿qué tal? It's like, how's it going, right? ¿Qué pasó? Literally means what happened, right? But you can say like what's up as well. ¿Qué pasó? And ¿cómo andas? It's more like how you doing, right? How's it going? So remember, ¿qué onda? It's completely informal. ¿Qué tal? Falls in between the two of them. ¿Qué pasó? Someone that you know, like, hey, what happened? What's up? Things like that. And ¿cómo andas? Again, it's more like informal. So from all these three, I would say the second one is more in between. You don't want to sound too informal, but not too formal either. So ¿qué tal? I will use that one. The other one is more like no, you said with people that you know, right? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pasó? And ¿cómo andas? Now let's go with this other one, number 5, the word that everyone mishears, which is entonces. Again, it's a long word as we're speaking with people that we know. We don't say the whole word. We're being lazy and we say tons. Tons, ¿qué pasó? Right? Tons. We say tons. Like, entonces is more like then or so. So what happened? Tons, ¿qué pasó? Or uh, we went this place, tons, this happened, right? Entonces pasó esto. So some people you're gonna hear they use that tons a lot instead of entonces. So another words that we shorten, it's estoy cansado, cansado. Some people say estoy cansado. Uh, Remember that the Spanish in different regions of the country or the world. I mean, right now I'm talking Mexico, but in other places of the world, they have different pronunciation. Like I'm talking about the islands in the Caribbean islands, Colombia, Chile, Argentina. They're all gonna have different words and different pronunciation. But in Mexico, in some places, we have different regions, the south part, the central part, and the north part. So estoy cansado, probably I will say Veracruz. If you're from Mexico, let me know. Write in the comments where is estoy cansado? Where will you hear it? We have the word lado, which is we use it at voy para un lado. I'm going to a place. So we'll say voy para un lado, right? We will say it like that. To. Instead of saying todo, which means all, we'll say to. Mucho, I'm not too sure of this one. I haven't seen this one a lot. And para, we just talked about that one. So these are the different phrases as well that we shorten all the time. The slang that you'll hear, órale. Órale means wow, okay, or let's go. Like, hey, are you gonna go to this place? Órale, vamos, right? You'll say, yeah, let's go. Or órale, that's pretty cool. Like, okay, right? Then we have mande, which is like, yeah, sorry what you said. Or mande, like what do you need? Things like that. If you use mande, uh, or you've heard it before, let me know. Write it in the comments if you heard that one before. Qué padre. People or textbooks usually teach the word padre as dad, right? But we use it more like padre, like how cool, right? Padre is like, oh, that's pretty cool. Que padre. So it's not what dad, it's how cool. No manches. The word manchar means to stain, right? I guess that's where it comes from. I haven't checked where that word comes from. But it just means no way. No manches. That's how you're going to hear with that. No manches, no way. And the other one is está cañón, which is like it's tough. It's a hard situation. Está cañón. That's how we say it. So make sure you write down those words in case you've heard them or you want to use them. In pronunciation, I will say always look at the sounds of the vowels because the sound of the vowels is going to matter a lot. I wish I could have a pen right now, but I don't think I have a pen. Do I have a pen? No, I don't have a pen. But listen to the sound of the vowels. Remember, we have a, e, I, o, u, the 5 vowels. We share the same vowels as in English. They just have different sounds. So make sure that whenever you pronounce those words, you pronounce them with the right sounds, the Spanish sounds. I'm going to go over that probably in a different lesson. Now, why is it that you cannot understand native people? It's because we speak fast, right? When you're learning Spanish, you learn it in a slow way by reading it, by having, exercises, things like that. But you don't have an interaction with someone who's actually, sometimes people are in a hurry and they want to say things really fast. So it's the same thing in every single language. When I was learning English, I knew English. I just, whenever I started to talking to people, everyone will talk differently, different pace, right? So you need to train your ear for that. So learn how people speak, learn how they connect the words, how they drop the letters, and how they use the slang for it, right? So and you can always ask ¿Qué dijiste? So they can repeat what they said again. ¿Qué dijiste? The fastest way to improve is to focus on the 80-20 rule. What does that mean? if you learn the patterns, the words, the vocabulary they use 80% of the time, you're going to be able to understand what they say. So 80 rule, that's pretty cool. How do you learn those patterns and those vocabulary? Well, one, by subscribing to my channel, and two, by listening to movies and listening to songs. That's how you start picking up those patterns. But yeah, from Spanish. Okay, so three questions to practice, right? You can practice ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Which is like, what's up? How are you? ¿Ahorita vas a venir? Are you coming right now? That's something that you can practice. ¿Y para dónde vamos después? Where are we going after? So try to sound it like that with the shortening and all that. That way you can start sounding more like a native, right? So that's what you definitely want to practice. Again, let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? What else would you like to learn? But yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of these lives in case you wanna keep learning Spanish. I'm also working on a free traveling guide. If you're traveling to any bueno, I got the Mexican one, but it pretty much applies to all the different countries in Latin America. So I'm gonna be preparing that. I'm gonna try to have it done by this week so I can drop it and you guys can have it if you're traveling. If you're traveling to any place, let me know which country are you traveling in Latin America so I can probably work on one like that. So, anyways, well, thank you guys for watching. I'll be doing more of these lives and I'll see you next time, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.